for me there, Zach. I was about to talk to Craig, but it was you've made a flying trip from New Zealand. I assume you didn't come just for this one.
No, for the filly later. She loved nice filly, but hey, it was good to get a win early on for my mate Craig. He's bloody good. I have a lot of fun over here with him, and hey, lucky enough to put me on, and the horse won easy.
Yeah, he's a terrific fella, Craig. He's done an amazing job, and I know Barry's been his idol from when he was a kid. I know when Barry used to come over and stay with Dad Ted, and Craig certainly idolised Barry for all his life, and I think he'll get an enormous pleasure for the team to be here again over in Victoria. But we'll talk about this little fella first. He did really well, began well, and just travelled well in front all the way for you.
Yeah, he actually did. You know, down the back, round the bend, I just gave him a little flick up, get him on the bit, and he ended up cruising to the line. He did it pretty easy in the end, so it always makes your job a lot easier when you drive nice horses.
Able to lead, just dictated terms pretty comfortably, and she was too good for him.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. It's a bit like an athlete, and these are athletes. It's hard for them to stay at the top of their game for so long and keep producing like she did probably in her younger days. And yeah, she was good tonight. She had to run a really good last half, and yeah, she did the job.
She certainly did. She doesn't race as often these days. Obviously, just been managed properly.
Yeah, she won really good first up for Dean, and then we come back here and raced again, and she was out of control, to put it pretty plain and true. She just latched onto the bit, and it was over the middle distance, and got stuck outside the leader, and she just pulled herself into the ground, to be honest. So they just took her home, and have been working on a bit of gear on her and just trialling her, and lightened off on her a bit after that tough run. She got a little bit crook too, I think. So yeah, Amanda and Dean have just sort of got her back to racing now, and it's just good to get a win for Akram.
Put the stopwatch on the last half of Belle of Montana, because I would have to say it's gone certainly a 53 last half. I'm not sure if you've broken that, but wow, what a run.
It was a pretty outstanding effort. You know, she was 3 wide going under that bend and having to cover a bit of extra ground, and to pick that leader up, I thought was a pretty good effort. And to me, she felt like she was going to get better with the run. Just blew out that last bit, which is understandable, but I think she'll be bigger and stronger again next week.
That's pretty scary to hear, Zach. What a great run. You mentioned earlier on she's got great speed, but also great bottom to her, and she really had to pull out all stops, but she seemed to do it within herself when she went over the line.
She did a wee bit, you know, like I just sucked back to the fence and cuddled his back again for another 50 metres, and when I pulled her out, it always sort of felt like I was going to get him. You know, she's a pretty gutsy filly, and she really dug in that last bit, so I was pretty happy with her, and, you know, like I said, I think she'll be a little bit better again next week.
Well done with your girl. She's been a lovely filly for you to date. That was her 13th start, 11 wins. She's got a Group 1 next to her name as well. And big trip for the little girls, making a trip down from Queensland. You could see she was having a good look around tonight, but she got the job done, and I'm sure you'll be pretty relieved and happy.
Yeah, absolutely. She was having a good look around, and she desperately needed the run, you know, because we'd had to factor in the big trip down, the new surroundings. So yeah, I fully expect she'll be much, much better next week.
We've seen her performances in Queensland to date. They've been very exciting for you. She's showed plenty of versatility in her races, and this is another progress step for her career.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just the trip itself is a big learning curve for her. And to her credit, you know, she's been very calm and she has handled it well. It's just a bit of work that we've missed, but we'll definitely pick that up this week.
You had him smothered up, and it was just a matter of the brakes going your way, and the tempo really suited him, and you knew his strongest part was going to be the last 200, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he can sort of look like he's labouring a little bit in the run, and he loose reins a bit, but he seems to be doing his best work at the end when the others are tiring a bit. He comes home really well.
Yeah, I think last start off the second row, he looked like he was off the bit a bit from the second row. I was a little bit, not sure how he'd handle it tonight, but he seemed pretty good.
Yeah, he had put in a few rough ones on the track here, He wasn't quite used to the banking, I think, but to his credit, he gathered himself and he finished off beautifully.
Great drive. Well done to Stan and his lovely wife, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty happy. Poor old Neil McCallum, he's not too good, and I know he'll be watching in with mixed feelings, but we pass on our best wishes to Neil. He's a wonderful person, and I'm sure, James, you would echo those sentiments as well.
Yeah, exactly, Rob. I hope Pecker's at home cheering him on. He's been very unlucky, Peck, in the last few months, and with that car crash and that, it's good to get a win on the old horse for him, and I'm sure he's very happy for him.
Well done to Stan. He's done an amazing job with this horse. You've got to love him. He's 8 years of age. He's had 113 starts, and I feel like he's probably going as good as he's ever been in the past. I know Stan was a little bit worried about him off his tucker a bit today, but it didn't show in his performance tonight.
No, he's felt real good each time I've driven him, and been a little bit better every time as well. He's run a couple of starts back when he nearly ran down McLovin, sitting 3 pegs when they sprinted home a furlong. That was pretty good, and that sort of put the writing on the wall for me. And he just rode off last start, bad draw, having to come quite wide in that. But tonight he was sharp, and it showed. But great job for Stan. He does a good job with the old horse.
Bit of a mixed night. He's been in the money pretty much all the way through, Todd, and he's got that nice win on the Charging Mower. Enjoyed a good trip, showed good speed, beaten out by our bare knuckle, but always travelled really strong in the run, Todd, and she let down real quick and got the money.
No, she was great. We had a good trip with her, and when it come crunch time, she really stepped up.
Dean has taken over the training of this mare, had some pretty strong performances up in Queensland. It's made her way down with Dean.
Yeah, Dean had a spot on tonight, and he was pretty confident she'd be thereabouts, but he knew we needed the right run, and it all worked out good for us.
Terrific run by your filly earlier on tonight, Miss Streisand. You drove a terrific race, but got beaten, I think, by free course, because I don't think anyone else would have been able to run you down.
No, I thought I gapped him out a little in the turn, and I thought I might have stolen it, but no, it was a huge performance by the winner to run me down. But we were really happy with our filly, and Roy had a spot on tonight. So hopefully we get an alley for next week, and we'll be in the money somewhere.
Yeah. Fantastic job with his horse, and he's been really racing well, consistent. He seems to have got his manners. Probably never seen him more consistent now with his manners, Hayden, than what we've seen in the past. He just seems like the racing, he's worked it out and a lot more relaxed now as he goes around.
Yeah, no, that's right. Dave's got him going probably the best he ever has. His manners haven't let him down so far in this season. He hasn't missed a check, I don't think. So, yeah, good for Dave and good for the owners.
On the home turn, I think you were in it. You were certainly in it, and then you were right in it.
Yeah, no, it helped with that one breaking, but I think he was travelling nearly the best one out of the whole lot anyway, and it worked out good for him because he kept rolling that leader, and he's more tough, this horse anyway, so it suited good.
He's by Danny Boucher. Nice to see a bit of a homegrown product, leaving some nice progeny, and this bloke here certainly leading the way.
Yeah, no, he's probably one of the better Danny Bouchers, and I think he'll keep getting better and better. I think he's only a 4-year-old, so I think he'll think Dave expects him to keep getting better and better with a bit of age, and like he's certainly calmed down a lot, even in the stalls. He's real nice, relaxed now, so it probably suits him.